We start things off from the AP. Uber's women-only option goes nationwide in the U.S. You read that correctly, ladies and gentlemen, or heard it correctly from me. New York, AP. Uber launched a feature Monday to allow both women riders and drivers across the U.S. to be matched with other women for trips, expanding a pilot program aimed at addressing concerns about the safety of its ride-hailing platform. The new feature is being rolled out nationwide despite an ongoing class action lawsuit against the policy in California, filed by Uber drivers who argue that it discriminates against men. Rival ride-hailing company Lyft is facing a discrimination lawsuit over a similar offering that it introduced nationwide in 2024. Uber's feature, announced in a blog post, allows women to request a female driver through an option on the app called Women Drivers. Wow, they made it very simple to use. And if you want to see the blog, and this is what it looks like here. You got to log into it and I guess sign up, and then they have their own YouTube intro. And what it looks like if you have the app will be a women drivers here and marked with the different values depending on destinations and time and so forth and so on. You guys will have to let me know down in the comments if you use Lyft or Uber, or even if you order, say, for example, any of the food offerings that they have here, Grubhub and so forth. Let me know down in the comments. But, of course, it didn't take long for people to jump on this and, obviously make a little bit of fun of it. But here we have from Don, we have breaking. Uber has officially launched their female-only driver option for passengers that aren't men. Now, of course, we can go into the whole dynamics of DEI, right? And we can also go into the Ketanji Brown, our Chief Justice here, who could not define a woman, or even Dr. Verma, on whether or not a man can get pregnant. So the jokes can almost write themselves. Now, I don't want to mock the lovely women of the United States or of the world, but if this is an offer or option that you as a female would like, a woman, I should say, to be more specific in the age of specifics, let me know down in the comment section what you think. So we are changing the Friday vlog around just a little bit. I know normally I would do an introduction, but I'm trying to keep things more compacted here. We could go back to that. You guys can also let me know down in the comments if you prefer the traditional introduction to the Friday vlog. But I'm just trying to make a few changes here because of the way the algorithm and the way YouTube is now working. So I hope the intro was not too abrupt for you guys, but I am just kind of experimenting a little bit. And we saw across the distribution of this topic here on Ground News. It's heavily covered, mostly towards the center, but it is kind of interesting to see that these changes are being made. But if you use Uber or plan on using Uber, what are your thoughts on this particular dynamic that they're offering for others? Now, Lyft, I guess, has not completely, been able to do theirs because of a lawsuit, but let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. But quite extraordinary to see the changes we're seeing in our society on a day-to-day basis. And Uber, I guess, is jumping into that. Now, I've never used any of the ride shares. I've heard a lot of good things about them. They're very convenient. So, there's obviously that. But I guess when it comes to safety, I'm completely okay with it. I'm totally fine with there being a women-only Uber. I have no problems with it whatsoever. They just use it and enjoy it. And if that's their thing, then I'm totally with it. But nonetheless, guys, thank you so much. Below this video, you can find the various social media links that I belong to include X down there in the below section there in the descriptions. And, of course, my affiliate marketing, that's going to be my favorite affiliate, of course, Amazon. You guys, if you order frequently from Amazon or a Prime member, you can use my landing page link safely. And speaking of safely, while you're online, of course, I also have my affiliate marketing link. That is going to be for virtual private network TrustZone. One of my favorites. No fuss, no bloat. You get straight to what you need to do online. And in a day of safety, as we see from Uber, that can also be very helpful. But nonetheless, guys, thank you across the board. BitChute, Rumble, Odyssey, amazing 2026. And, of course, here on YouTube, man, interesting, growing. We're still doing well. Just making a few little changes here and there. So you guys let me know what you think about the overall concept of it or what your experience has been with other creators as well. But nonetheless, guys, thank you so much for your continued support. I appreciate it all. And appearing there on the screen for all of you watching on YouTube specifically, that'd be the channel icon. You guys can click on that to subscribe, as well as to select notification. That way you'll know when there's content here on the channel. And I'll see all you guys next week in the Friday Vlog.